The next routing protocol is OSPF, that is Open Shortest Path First. This OSCP is also an intra-domain like RIP, but it uses link state algorithm rather than using the distance vector algorithm. So now, as we saw in the previous one, hop count was the metric. So let us see what is the metric in this one. So in OSPF, each link will have its own weight. That weight might be depending upon the throughput, round trip time, reliability, and etc. You can see there on each network the cost has been given. The network 1 does have the cost of 4, network 2 5, network 3 cost is 3, network 4 the cost is 4. So depending upon these costs, again the forwarding tables are created. So let us see how the forwarding tables are created depending upon this cost. Again the same thing, to reach n1 from r1 the cost is 4. So from r1 to n1 the cost is 4. It doesn't have to go for any next router. From r1 to n2 the cost is 5. The cost is 5. To reach to n3 the cost is 5 plus 3, that is 8. But r1 has to meet r2, so the next router is r2. From r1 to n4 the cost is 5 plus 3 plus 4, that is 12. R1 has to reach the next router R2 to reach the N4. So like this the forwarding tables will be created. Now what is the main difference between RIP and OSPF is simple. The RIP is created for small autonomous systems, but the OSPF is created for both small as well as the large autonomous system. So if it is large autonomous system, all the routers has to send the LSP, that is link state packets, to form LSDB, that is link state database, which we saw in the link state routing algorithm. So if they flood, then obviously the traffic will be a lot. So because of that, the whole autonomous system is divided into areas. Area 0, area 1 and area 2. You can see there are 3 areas the autonomous system has been divided into. Now within the area only the flooding of the LSP packets will take place. So it means the LSP packet will not move from one area to another area, which will avoid huge traffic formation. That is the first thing. But the rule says that each router in one area not only should know what is the cost to reach the other network within the area, it should also know about the cost to reach the other networks in the other areas also. So because of that, one area among the 3 will be made as a backbone network. It's like backbone means what? Everything is connected to our backbone. So like that, the backbone area will glue all the areas together. That is the work of the area 0, which is designated as the backbone area. Now the link state advertisement has to be take place to form the LSDB. So there are 5 kinds of advertisements which can happen in the OSPF. Number 1 is the router link. You can see the first one, router link. The router link advertise the existence of the router as a node. In addition to giving the address of announcing the router, this type of advertisement can define one or more types of links that connects the advertising router to other entities. A transient link, for example, if the link is transient, a transient link announces a link to be transient network, a network that is connected to rest of the networks by one or more routers. So that is called transient. This type of advertisement should define the address of the transient network and the cost of the link. Next one is again stub link. We have seen these all things. Stub links advertise a link as a stub network, a network that is not through a network. Again the advertisement should define the address as well as the cost. The last one is point to point link, and it should define the address of the router at the end of the point to point line and as well as the cost to go there. The next one is network link. The second one you can see the diagram, that is the network link. A network link advertises the network as a node. In the first one router was as a node, in this network is as a node. Since a network cannot do advertisement itself, because router can do it, but network is made up of many things, right? So one of the router is assigned in that network as a designated router, and which will advertise itself. Now the third one is summary link to the network. This is done by an area border router. Area border router, you can see in the previous diagram, this is the area border router which connects the two areas. So this is area border router which will advertise the links collected by the backbone to an area, or the summary of the links collected by the area to the backbone. Now the fourth one is summary link to AS. This is done by the autonomous router that advertises the summary links from other autonomous systems to the backbone area of the current autonomous system. The last one is external link. This is also done by an autonomous router to announce the existence of single network outside the autonomous system to the backbone area to disseminate into areas. Now let us see how this OSPF implementation is done. Obviously OSPF implementation is done as the same as RIP by exchanging the messages. There are 5 types of different messages which we can see. The first one is the hello message, which is a type 1, and it is used by the router to introduce itself to all the neighbors and to announce all the neighbors that it already knows. The type 2 is database description message. It is normally sent in response to the hello message to acquire a full link state database. The third one is link state request message. It is sent by the router that needs the information about a specific link state. The type 4 is link state update message. It is used in the main OSPF message used for building the LSDB. And type 5 is the link state acknowledgement message. It is used to create the reliability in OSPF. Now the OSPF algorithm. The OSPF algorithm is made up of only 2 points. After each router has created the shortest path tree, the algorithm needs to use it to create the corresponding algorithm. The algorithm needs to be augmented to handle sending as well as the receiving all the 5 types of messages. Performance, if we have to speak about the performance update messages, the link state messages in the OSPF have somewhat complex format, so that's why they are flooded into the whole area. If the area is large, these messages may create heavy traffic, so that is one of the performance metrics. Convergence of forwarding tables. When the flooding of LSP is completed, each router can create its own shortest path tree forwarding table depending upon the Dijkastra algorithm. Robustness. The OSPF protocol is most robust than RIP because after receiving the complete LSDB, each router is independent and does not have to depend upon other routers in the area. Obviously, corruption or the failure in one router does not affect the other routers as seriously as in RIP because each router is acting independently. So this is OSPF.